Brachypelma Emilia, a Mexican species of tarantula that I particularly love because it's from where I'm from. That's right, homies. And here it is. A little bit about her. She's a juvenile and I picked her up just after she stopped being a sling, around the 2 inches length, more or less. Now, Brachypelma Emilia is a species of tarantula that inhabits semi-arid and the dry forest of the Sierra Madre Occidental mountain range of Mexico, and they like a temperature between the 26 degrees Celsius, 23 the lowest. They can go a bit colder, like they can get up to 19 degrees, 20 degrees, depending where they're located, where they're found, because they have been found to be 2,000 meters above sea level in the mountain. And I like to keep mine in between 20 and 26 degrees, given the temperature 20 degrees for the nighttime, 26 degrees during the day. They are a relatively slow growth tarantula, and they can reach up to 5 inches. I have read that they can reach up to 6.5 and whatever, but I have never seen any tarantula, any Brachypelma being that big. So 5 inches, I think it's the most accurate. In the wild, they're found to modify previously excavated burrows or excavate their own, mostly under debris such as rocks and logs and tree roots. They can also, since they are very widespread, they can also be found close to human habitat, like farms and next to the roads, in the garden. Who knows? But if you live in Mexico and you ever see one of these, don't kill it. Don't try to hurt her or him, whatever it is, because they will kill the bear meat, and that's something you don't want. So one of the things I want to do here in this channel is give conscience to people that these animals are not as dangerous as we might think, or they are not what people say they are. Normally in Mexico, people will kill them or destroy their habitats, and that gives chance to pests to grow, such as locust or crickets or cockroaches. In any case, these creatures are helping us to maintain our habitat clean, and therefore we should respect theirs and them as well. We should study them and appreciate them. Now, as you can see that I'm holding mine, it's only because they are very docile species, and that makes them really good for a beginner. If you are getting into keeping tarantulas, this is one really cool species of tarantula that you should be getting, because as they grow, they will stay more out in the open, and they make for a really cool display tarantula since they have really cool colors, as you can see, and they reach a really cool, really decent size. As a sling, they will burrow, so enough substrate should be provided. Also, has to be moist substrate because slings tend to dry out very quickly, and you don't want that. Neither does the tarantula. Despite of being great eaters, because they are voracious, and you'll see now in some clips that I'm gonna put up, and they are very docile. They're very chilled spiders. As many other tarantulas will rather flee than engage, and before they ever try to bite, she will kick out hers. I only pick her up, I don't normally handle her, I only pick her up because I want to show you. If you startle them, or like if you shake the enclosure where they live, you have them, or so, they will be skittish and they most likely won't like you to pick them up. So if you're getting a tarantula, or if you have a tarantula already, you're a tarantula keeper, it's very important to know how to read your tarantula. I know this will sound silly, but they do have a different attitude, all of them. Not to compare to a more evolved animal like a dog or a lizard or a cat, that they will have feelings and they will recognize you. A tarantula won't recognize you. They can actually only see light and dark, so she wouldn't even know what you are. They can feel you though with the setae, which is hairs that are around all her body. They have vibration receptors, so they can feel that you're a living thing through your pulse. How cool is that, huh? Now, I keep this tarantula, I keep her in a 5.5 inches square because it's a CD enclosure, and it's one that I made here. And I'll be moving her into a bigger one in the next 2 molds, which I will be posting as well, probably a DIY on how I made the enclosure, so stay tuned for that. As they grow, they don't like that much moisture in their enclosure, so what I will do is just to spray out the whole enclosure once a week and leave it to that. Before that, I used to have a water dish in her enclosure all the time, but I found that she was dumping substrate in it, so there was no point of having the water dish in it. So I just keep it moist once a week, a very good spray, not on top of her, of course. But as I said before, every tarantula is different, and even though species tend to be quite similar, your tarantula might like or might prefer moisture, mine doesn't, so I keep her that way. As a beginner species of tarantula, it's well spread in the hobby, so it won't be so expensive for you. Depending where you are, it's either in Europe or in US or in Mexico maybe. Since I live in Dublin, here you can find them in between the 40 to 60 euros. Maybe it's more or less the same in pounds. Overall, if you would like to start in the hobby and learning about tarantulas, I highly recommend you to get a Brachypelma Emilia. They are very hardy, very forgiving, especially for newcomers into the hobby that might make some mistakes with enclosure, with the husbandry. They're very forgiving and they just won't die on you, which is really, really cool. And since they are found in, as I said before, in the wild, they're found in very different locations throughout the Sierra Madre in Mexico. They can deal with difference of temperatures and differences of humidity as well. So best thing to do is, if you want to get this tarantula, is just to do a little bit of research, like I did, and I suppose everyone else has done, and see how it goes with your new friend. In captivity, they can live up to 20 years, which is really cool. As female, males, sadly, they don't have as much luck and they reach maturity very quickly, around the 3 years old, and then they die out in the 5th year, if, of course, they are not paired with a female that decided to make them lunch. So YouTube, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, like and comment something, subscribe, hit the bell button, because we'll be back with more videos, and I'll see you again very soon.